Okay, part 2 is now in session. Now, my thoughts about this episode? Hmm, this is, for one thing, this is not a good episode. Another one of those SpongeBob episodes that I think are just bad. For one thing, Mr. Krabs freaks out about it, and he pretends he asks SpongeBob, Squidward, and Patrick to help him, and they all dress like pirates so that they can convince his grandfather. But how come they how come he actually well how come he doesn't actually come clean and confess his father about it? Well, he did at the end, but he lied about it. So yeah, he lied about to his grandfather, and he even said that a pirate never lies. But unlike Mr. Krabs has been a huge dirty liar the whole time. So he wrecks everything. He even ripped off the three crew's clothes, and now they're naked. Really? In a freaking kids show? Are you kidding me right now? Who I mean, who thought it is? Couldn't they had normal clothes instead rather than just be naked? And another thing, the whole the whole pirate ship thing Mr. Krabs tries to do, he tries to impress his father to make him to make his to make in order to make his grandfather very proud of him, but everything just becomes like foiled. Like the wave sound was fake, obviously, and the monster was fake because it was Squidward. Everything about it was complete and total fake. Mr. Krabs faked everything. He just hired the crew to help him, but I just think it all comes out as fake. Especially with Paul coming in, acting like a total bitch and roaring at Mr. Krabs, demanding him to come over here. And and his grandfather was about to kill her, but he stopped her and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And Paul just roars even more at her father. Paul just roars at her father even more. And the grandfather's like, "Now it's even more bitchier than ever." And yeah, and he tells Paul to fuck off and says to his grandfather everything's taken care of. Yeah. Like, how could his grandfather think that it was a sea witch when it was his bitchy daughter Pearl the whole time? My god. That's something I don't get. And then in the end, Mr. Krabs told everything that he tries to impress was a whole lie. So he wrecks everything, but the only thing that stays is the Krusty Krab and the cash register. Yeah. But instead of glaring at Mr. Krabs, he's actually impressed. Like, okay. But he just lied about everything, so I don't know why he's so proud of him about it. We all know that lying is bad. Lying can do lots of damage as well. But why did Mr. Krabs get all scot-free at the end, after when he convinced his grandfather, being a restaurant owner? He lied to his grandfather, and he shouldn't be proud of him because he lied to him. That's just a stupid ending right there. And the way that he took his money, normally Mr. Krabs acts all greedy and selfish, but how come Mr. Krabs is letting it go this time, laughing? That's something I don't get either. Sure, he is selfish and penny pinching, but really? That's the stupidest ending right there. And most of the times it gets really cheesy and mediocre at best. Most of the times it gets all cheesy and mediocre. Nothing interesting happens throughout the entire episode of this. Yeah. And I find the writing to be pretty sloppy. Mr. Krabs, here's what it should have done. Mr. Krabs confesses to his grandfather that he lied to him. He wrecks everything, even the crew's pirate ship, but instead they had normal clothes on, rather than just be naked. And Mr. Krabs suffers the consequences for lying. Because his grandfather is very disappointed at him for lying. Because, yes, lying is bad, and it can cause a lot of damage as well. So yeah, personally, I think they should have done a much better job. Because this is just a bad influence. You should never tell a lie to anyone, okay? Because lying will only make things worse and will do a lot of damage. Believe me, folks. Nothing good comes when it comes to lying. You always tell the truth, even if it's a little awkward at times. Like, look what happened to Mr. Krabs. He was in a very awkward situation, but he does everything he can to make his grandfather proud, but nothing seems to work because everything was a fake. And yeah, but for some reason his grandfather was proud rather than disappointed at him. And Mr. Krabs gets all scot-free. No. Just why? Personally, Grandpappy the Pirate, it's another one of those terrible SpongeBob episodes. But if you like it, good for you. I'm glad that you like it. More power to you. For me, I think they should have done a much better job. Mr. Krabs shouldn't be scot-free for lying either, because because we all know lying is never good. So yeah, this episode is nothing but a bad influence because of a fib Mr. Krabs had confessed at the end. So yeah, this episode it's not very good in my opinion. So yeah, for my final rating for Grandpappy the Pirate, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 7. Terrible SpongeBob episode. And there you go. That was my review / rant on Grandpappy the Pirate. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe to me, turn on notifications, and don't forget to send me requests, and I'll try to do them as soon as possible. This is me signing off, and I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, stay safe, and peace out, y'all.